Hello, everyone. Thank you all so much for hopping on tonight's meeting. Very, very excited because I'm seeing names and faces that I haven't seen in a while. Really missed you guys over the summer. I'm really excited to get started with our 13th season and fall semester. So I have created a cute little infographic for you all. So let's get into that. I like it because it really I think it meets what the feedback that I got from the surveys that you all completed. So thank you to everyone who completed the survey. Just so you know, I really do, read all the responses and see what your experience has been like at Main Attraction regarding if you feel like your dancer is happy, they're enjoying the classes, you feel like they're growing, if the schedule works for you. Of course, we do our best to accommodate the majority. So there may be a couple people who have like different needs we might not be able to address or adjust the schedule to fit, but we do try to go with what works for the majority. One of the things that you all communicated to me is wanting, I guess, more upfront communication, which gives you time to plan accordingly, which I totally get. And so that is why I created this little infographic for us. And I'll just take you through some important details for fall semester. Give me a thumbs up or an emoji if you can see the screen. Okay, fantastic. So, welcome back. Very excited to start our 13th season. So our mission, I've been doing some work this summer. I've been a part of a business seminar that's put on by Goldman Sachs and Tri-C. And during that time, we spent a lot of time working on our business and if we needed to rebrand or change anything or reintroduce some things. And so it's really important to me that I share with you all what our mission is at Main Attraction. So we call it our Big Four. At Main Attraction, we are MAS. We are committed to offering holistic dance instruction in a welcoming environment from experienced staff, and we aim to be the dance family you've always wanted. What is holistic? So, for those of you who are in like wellness fields of work, holistic means the total. So we try to specialize in working with not just teaching your child dance, but working on almost every aspect of their development. So helping them understand that dance is not just for physical fitness, but it's also good for emotional development, being able to put movement to things that you might not be able to put words to, helping your dancer understand that they are a part of a team, so teamwork and social skills. And we also are very, very much invested in the idea of it takes a village. And so if there's a birthday party or a baseball game or a prom send off, a graduation party, someone from Main Attraction is going to attend that event because we want you to understand, we want you guys to know that we care about who your dancer is, not just in the studio, but as a person. In a welcoming environment, of course, from experienced staff, and to be the dance family you've always wanted. So that's our Big Four mission statement. It's on our website. So if you need to refer back to it, it's always going to be there. And everything that we do, our training, our teaching, even showcase, always comes back to these Big Four as our mission. Our vision. MAS aims to help dancers achieve their dreams in and out of the studio, whether they want to pursue a dance career or just dance in the moment. With the goal of being the premier dance studio in Greater Cleveland, we provide skills that last a lifetime by using dance to inspire growth, confidence, and creativity. We offer high quality instruction, opportunities for social and emotional growth, and a culturally affirming, safe space for our dancers to express themselves and build community. It is no secret that our current society is not always welcoming and affirming to babies that look like ours. And so it's really important for me to create an environment at Main Attraction where our babies know no matter who they are, what they look like, what their background is, they are in a space where they are welcomed, loved, and affirmed. That means the world to me. And whether they want to pursue dance and go on to college or even a professional career, or it's just something fun that they love to do, we serve all kiddos. So we've had some kiddos that have gone on to dance in college as majorettes or work or take classes from some of your favorite famous people that you may watch on YouTube or Instagram, but also just here for the dancer that just loves dance. And then our cultural symbol. This is something that I was inspired to do, like I said, as a result of being a part of this business seminar that I've been involved with for these last couple of weeks. Choosing something that pretty much sums up the totality of what Main Attraction is and why it is. And so this is a picture of the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater. Doing a piece from their Revelation suite. So if you've ever seen Ailey perform, you know that this is their signature work. It was choreographed, I think, in like the 70s, and it is their staple. So if you see the Ailey company perform, you know Revelations or some portion of Revelations is going to be performed because that's what they're known for. Ailey was the first company that I saw as a kid, so that was my first professional experience. And then seeing dancers who looked like me made it that much more beautiful and amazing and inspiring to witness. So it gave me a level of exposure to dance that I had never had before, and that is actually what inspired me to pursue dance as a career. And this picture in particular is really what speaks to me the most in this beautiful position that the dancers are in. There's a hand reaching out and a hand reaching up. For me, the hand reaching up symbolizes reaching out to God because my faith is very important to me. And then the hand reaching out is how Main Attraction is involved in the community and making sure that we're reaching out to any and everybody who wants to be a part. So that's our cultural symbol. Now getting into our staff. So we have been reframing a lot of our staff development and how we're training staff, how we're onboarding staff. And so I'm really, really excited for the staff that we have now. They've gone through a lot of training and they are ready to interact with you, love on your babies, teach them and help them grow. Our three newest staff members is Miss Jessica, Miss Janaea, and Miss Aaliyah. Some of you have probably heard from Jessica and Janaea this week because they are our admin. So they are enrollment coordinators. So they are sharing that position of bringing families in and then also maintaining relationship with the families that we already have that have joined the studio. Miss Jessica will also be teaching ballet and tap. Miss Janelle will be teaching hip hop and jazz, and Miss Aaliyah is coming to us from Cleveland Ballet. So she is like ballet mistress. The babies are going to be in great hands because she is a phenomenal dancer and teacher. Next, you may recognize some of our returners. So Miss Sierra, who is teaching ballet and jazz to the junior twos and the beginning juniors. Miss Caitlin, who works mostly with our Shining Stars, which is our preschool program. She does ballet, tap, and acro. And Miss Brianna, who is our virtual assistant. So for those, even if you haven't seen her, she is all up and through Main Attraction because she has been like the glue that holds me together and is especially in terms of admin and keeping things together, making sure that we are onboarding people correctly. She's like our HR specialist. She is also our B2B admin. So she usually is speaking to businesses on our behalf, doing grants and things so that we can get the funding that we need and things like that. So and then, of course, our OGs who have been with us for 2 years or more, Miss Dolores, Miss Savannah, and myself. So Miss Dolores teaches hip hop, Miss Savannah does ballet, jazz, and tap, and I do all the paperwork and all the things. But the classes I teach specifically are ballet, jazz, and hip hop. Getting into our schedule. So for Shining Stars, we are going to maintain our combo class with ballet and tap. We are going to keep acro. We launched our acro program this summer and it went really well. For those of you who will be attending the showcase, you'll get to see the Shining Stars perform for the first time in acro piece. It is so cute. We just did our dress rehearsal today, just cuteness overload. And then we will bring back our hip hop class. A new program we are launching within Shining Stars is our Dazzle Storytime Ballet. Dazzle is an acronym that stands for Dance, Social Skills, and Literacy. And so that is like our kindergarten readiness program. For those of you who don't know, I was a preschool teacher for about 10 years before I owned Main Attraction. I am also a licensed school counselor, and so this class is really going to be for little ones who haven't gotten to kindergarten yet, but if for whatever reason they don't attend preschool or aren't otherwise involved in an academic program to get them ready for kindergarten, this is a perfect intro for littles to learn everything that they need, learn all the skills or the developmental milestones that they need to hit, so that when they take kindergarten readiness assessment, they should have everything that they need. So they do a circle time with, letters, shapes, numbers, colors. We do story time and build their conversation and comprehension skills. And then we do a ballet class. So in 90 minutes, we put all of that in there to get them ready for the next level. So if any of you are interested in that class, let me know. We can set up a time for you to just probably the open house that you attended when you signed up for our Sunday classes. There will be a similar setup on Wednesdays. Superstars, so those are our beginners, ages 7 to 12. We have jazz and ballet, 3 to 3:45 hour class. So that Superstars ballet class will be a two-part class. They have to take both sections each week. This is our initiative to help our dancers grow and hit the industry standards that are pretty common for dance. And so in order for dancers to kind of be where they're supposed to be in terms of age and skill level, we have increased the number of ballet classes that they will take each week to make sure that if we go to conventions or for those of you who have gone to All Ohio Dance Festival with us, they'll know what's going on and be able to really hold their own when reaching out or dancing with other dancers from other studios. In addition, we will have hip hop, tap, and acro cheer, which will be a combo class that we offer again here on Tuesdays. And for acro cheer, muting. We require dancers to take hip hop with acro cheer. Again, because going along with industry standards, this is a class that we would very much like to be able to create a team and eventually go to competition or convention. And so hip hop is kind of like the other side of the coin for acro and cheer. So it's going to be important to make sure that the dancer is developed and balanced in both. Going into junior showstoppers, so their class schedule is going to be pretty similar. Their first part of ballet is on Sunday, second part on Tuesday. Jazz will be right after their Sunday section of ballet. Hip hop and acro cheer also on Sundays, acro cheer on Tuesdays. And then our oldest dancers, our most advanced dancers, are junior two and senior showstoppers. So they have a combo class. It's technique. So their ballet and jazz is combined into a combo class, but it's much longer than, of course, the younger dancers. So Sunday, Monday, Thursday, 5 to 8, and then Tuesday, 6:30 to 8, along with their tap and hip hop classes. And our locations. So we will have actually 3 locations that we will be navigating this season. The 2 that we will be attending the most, or the ones that we'll be working with the most, is of course our Sunday location, Ohio Contemporary Ballet. So when you hear me say OCB, that is Ohio Contemporary Ballet, our Sunday rehearsal location that's on Lee Road in Shaker Heights. Mondays and Thursdays will be Shaker. So that's the same location that the older kids have been at for the last little while. And that will most likely just be the junior two and senior showstopper classes that will be there. On Tuesday is going to be probably our second most popular day of classes. Sunday, of course, is our biggest. We serve all age groups. All the age groups that we serve, we also see on Sundays. The second will be on Tuesdays at Disciples Christian Church. So for those of you who were enrolled in main attraction classes during spring semester, it is the church that we went to that last Sunday in April, right before we started our showcase dress rehearsal at the actual venue. So that is on Mayfield Road in Cleveland Heights, right next door to Lutheran East High School and across the street from Severance. So it's maybe like a 7 to 10 minute car ride from where our Sunday location is. It is a beautiful facility. We have Marley on the floor. We have wall length mirrors, all the things that we need for a dance class. And we need that location on Tuesdays because unfortunately Sundays, OCB won't be able to host us throughout the week because they have their own programming with their ballet company. Updates on our building. So for those of you who know, we are renovating a space that is actually right up the street from OCB. We will be at our Sunday and Tuesday location for a little bit longer than I was hoping. We're having we've unfortunately had to enter some litigation with the owner of our new space regarding repairs and things like that. And so it's a really unfortunate situation, but I did want to give you all an update. We are still very much trying to get into that building. It's just going to be on hold a little bit longer while I am negotiating some things with the owner of the space. And I'll keep you updated as new things come from that situation. Communication. So you have probably noticed that you are getting main attraction communication from two different numbers. The one that you will get, or the number that you will see most often, is our mass text number. So this 234 number. So if ever you see that 234 area code, that is still main attraction. That is our mass texting service. It is a lot easier for me to send a mass text to everyone as opposed to the text threads that you've been getting for the last couple of weeks. I do that because the mass text is character specific. So I think we can only send like maybe 160 characters per message. But for the most part, you will be receiving messages from that 234 number, either if I need to communicate one thing to everyone, or if there's something that I need to give you all that's class specific. So for instance, if I can't make a class, the Hip Hop 3 class that I'll be teaching, and I just need to communicate with those families, you will most likely get a message from this 234 number. If like these last couple of weeks when I've needed to give you more information, then you'll get a message from our original studio number, the 216-269 number. This is also going to help because we are getting so many new families back to back. It is a lot easier to send messages from the 234 number as opposed to the 269 number because I have to create new text threads every time a new family joins. And so that will make it a little bit harder for you all to keep up with information that's being shared from the studio. So it's really a convenience thing to make sure that there's not a whole lot of numbers or text threads that you have to keep up with as new families are joining the studio. So for most of the information that you're getting from the studio, it will be this 234 number. But if there's something that's a little bit longer that needs to be communicated or more detailed, then it will come from the 269 number. And of course, our email is the same. Now, I will say if I send you all a message that says like, please check your email, and if you don't see that email, you have to check your spam folder because our email starts with info. That's usually an email that people use for promotions. And so it has been like programmed to automatically go into people's like spam email accounts. So if I send you all a message and for whatever reason you don't see it in your normal inbox, check your spam first because it may have gone there. That is something I did not know before we selected that email for the studio, but it's something that we found out when we were actually having this photo shoot. I was sending messages and pictures to families, and they kept telling me that they weren't getting it, couldn't figure out why. So we did a little research on Google and YouTube and found out it's because info is at the front of our studio email. So just something to keep in mind. And then quotes. These are things that I kind of been um, living by, little mantras for the summer. So when in doubt, dance it out, because we are dancers. Dance just makes everything better. And life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. So whenever things happen, if they don't happen the way that we hoped that they would, just learning to go with it, let go and let God, basically. So that's kind of like what I've been uh kind of like putting in my spirit this summer with everything that's been going on with this new building and other stuff that's been going on. So just wanted to pass that on to you all. If it applies, let it fly. And any questions? That was a lot of information. I want to make sure, let me stop my share. That way, if you have a question, you can either give me an emoji to let me know and you come off mute, or you can type it in the chat. Give me all a minute to process. I realized that was quite a bit of information. Okay, good. I feel like that's a good thing. When you guys don't have questions, I feel like I communicated thoroughly. So, yay me. Okay, so do we know which class levels each of the teachers will be teaching this semester? Yes. So Miss Savannah will mostly have superstars. Miss Sierra will have the beginner junior classes. And then Miss Aaliyah, Miss Janaea, and myself will most likely be with the junior twos. So like our oldest and most skilled dancers. And then Miss Caitlin, of course, will stay with the shining stars. So we'll have some opportunities for you all to get to know the new staff a little better. I will most likely have them just hop in on our monthly parent meetings based on their availability. That way you can see their faces, get to know them. I will also be posting their teacher features on our Instagram page. So they have shared a brief bio about themselves and then some of their favorite things. So a nice way for you to get to know the new teachers. We will also have another parent appreciation party this semester, and most of the staff will be there as well. So, and then for all of you who are attending the skate party next Sunday after the showcase, a couple of the staff will be at the skate party fundraiser as well. Other questions? That was a good question. Tyler, thank you for asking that. More questions going once, going twice. All right. So we've gotten most of our fall details discussed. We're going to move to Summer Showcase, which is happening next Sunday. So this is open to all families, whether you participated in a summer session or not. You are more than welcome to come. to the showcase, we would love to have you. It will be at OCB. So our summer showcases tend to be a little smaller than our Christmas and spring show. Still entertaining, just a little bit smaller because we usually don't have as many kiddos that participate in summer session. Our theme is new beginnings because new things that are happening with the studio, and we just want to share that with you all. So all of the dancers that have participated in summer showcase, in summer session, will also participate in summer showcase. So it's all of the ages. Our preschool program, which is Shining Stars, our 7 to 12-year olds, Superstars, our beginner juniors, 10 to 15, and then our oldest dancers, junior 2 and senior showstoppers. After the showcase, we will then make our way to United Skates in Willoughby for our end of the summer skate party. For those of you who want to attend, you do not have to skate if you don't want to. If that makes you nervous, you're more than welcome to just come. The fundraiser goes toward our new building. Like I said, we are still committed to that project, so we'll still be engaging in fundraising for that building. Dancers who are participating in Showcase, we need them to be dropped off at 3 p.m. So just like today for the dress rehearsal, all of the dancers need to be dropped off at 3. All of the dancers should have received their costumes today. Um, we need families to write the initials of write the dancer's initials on the tag of the costume, not on the actual costume because it might bleed through or get ruined with the ink, things like that. So writing your dancer's initials on the tags of their costumes so that we can try to make sure that everybody's costume goes home with the right dancer because they'll be, sharing dressing rooms and things like that. For any dancer who has not gotten their costumes yet, I think I've already talked to the parents, either it was sizing or late shipments. All of our junior 2 and senior dancers, they should have their costumes later this week. It's coming in a different shipment, but all of the other dancers should have received their costumes today. Um, I think that's it make sure that you're bringing snacks for them. It's going to be a pretty long day, maybe a 4 or 5 hour day for the younger dancers. You can also send them with tablets. We'll have staff and parent volunteers in the dressing rooms with them. So we'll, of course, make sure that devices and things get sent home with the dancer that it came with. We'll also have, coloring sheets and things like that for them to keep them preoccupied while they are waiting for their turn to dance. The show is literally going to be like 45 minutes to an hour. Like I said, it's going to be a much shorter show for summer because we have less kiddos performing, but it is still going to be a great show. We have some great choreography, even some pieces that the students have choreographed themselves. And so we're very, very proud of their growth as dancers and as choreographers, and cannot wait to share that with you all. That is pretty much all I have for this evening. Do you all have any more questions for me before we end for the night?
I have one more question. I was a slow typer, so I'm gonna talk. Um, for the schedule, it says the 10th, but then that's the day of the open house. So are the returners starting on the 10th also, or are they the week after?
Yes. So the way that we do our open house classes, open house and the first day of fall semester are on the same day. When we do open house classes, we set it up to where the class is the same day and time as it would normally be scheduled. So this gives new families that come in the opportunity to meet the kiddos that are already going to be their classmates and meet the teacher who's teaching the class. So it's kind of like just getting them acclimated to how we do things on like day one. That way, if it works for the family, they already know that it works for their schedule because they were able to show up. So open house and first day of classes are happening at the same time, same day.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Mhm. Other questions? Tyler, you've been on it with the questions tonight, sis. Appreciate you. Yeah, questions going once, going twice. I will use the 269 text thread numbers for the next week or so, especially once since we're still getting ready for summer show. I will also send screenshots of our updated finalized schedule. Thank you all so much for your patience with that. Y'all know I am not normally that back and forth with the schedule, but our second venue mistakenly double booked us, and so we had to make some changes. But I really do appreciate you all responding so quickly about whether that new schedule worked for you or not, so that we can finalize that and get our hours to that venue to get locked in for their programming calendar. So yeah, after tonight's meeting, we'll stop record while that video is downloading. I will also be creating or adding videos to the practice list for families to be able to watch with their little ones at home and help them practice to be ready for summer showcase. Just got those videos today from our staff, so I'll be uploading them to our YouTube channel. I will also be uploading this video to our YouTube channel. I'll share those links with you along with screenshots of our class schedule for your dancer's age group. Boom. All right. And we processed our first set of August tuition payments for today. The next set will come out on the 25th. So just being mindful of that. I'll send a reminder, of course, as we get closer to that date. And yeah, that's all I got for you all. Thank you all so much for hopping on tonight. Have a great evening. Bye bye.